It was April 1st, 2006, a typical spring evening in Columbus, Ohio. Brian Shaffer, a 27-year-old medical student at Ohio State University, was out celebrating the start of spring break with his friends. He had just finished dinner with his father, exchanged goodbyes, and headed out to a popular local bar, the Ugly Tuna Saloona, with his best friend, William Clint Florence. It was supposed to be a carefree night of drinking and fun. But by the time the sun rose, Brian had vanished, without a trace. Surveillance footage from the Ugly Tuna captured Brian entering the bar with Clint and another friend, Meredith, at around 1:15 a.m. Throughout the night, the group drank, laughed, and bar hopped, returning to the Ugly Tuna just before 2 a.m. Brian was last seen on camera talking to two women near the entrance. Then, he did something chilling. He turned toward the bar's entrance and walked out of the frame. Forever. Here's where things get bizarre. The Ugly Tuna Saloona was on the second floor of a building with a single entrance and exit, both monitored by security cameras. Yet there is no footage of Brian leaving the bar. He never reappears in any of the surrounding cameras in the area. It was as if he had been erased from existence. The next morning, Brian's father, Randy Shaffer, tried to reach his son, but his calls went straight to voicemail. When Brian missed a planned trip to Miami with his girlfriend, the alarm bells rang louder. By Monday, a full-scale police investigation was underway. Authorities combed through hours of surveillance footage, scoured the bar, and questioned every witness. Not a single clue emerged. With no solid evidence, theories flooded in, some more terrifying than others. Did Brian slip away unnoticed? Did he become a victim of foul play? Or did he orchestrate his own disappearance? The possibilities were endless, and each led to more questions than answers. One theory suggests that Brian left through an emergency exit in the back of the bar, which was under construction at the time. This exit led to a dark alley, partially blocked by scaffolding. Could Brian have fallen, gotten injured, or met someone sinister in the shadows? If so, why was there no evidence? No blood, no belongings, no witnesses? Some believe Brian stumbled away from the bar and ended up in the nearby Olentangy River. His intoxicated state could have led him into dangerous terrain, where he may have drowned and washed away. But police searched the entire riverbank and found no body, no signs of struggle, nothing. Then comes the most haunting theory of all. Brian was taken. Columbus has its fair share of crime, and theories suggest that Brian may have been abducted right outside the bar. But how? Surveillance cameras covered every single exit, except for one small blind spot near the construction area. Could someone have been waiting for him? Adding to the mystery, Brian's best friend, Clint Florence, was one of the last people to see him that night. Strangely, he refused to take a lie detector test and cut off contact with investigators. Why? Was it guilt, fear, or something more sinister? Even Brian's family found his behavior suspicious, but no concrete evidence ever linked him to foul play. One of the creepiest aspects of this case happened months later. In September 2006, Brian's phone was called by his father out of desperation. Instead of going straight to voicemail, it rang 3 times. Then, silence. No answer. No call back. Some theorized that it was a cruel prank or a glitch in the phone system. Others believed it meant Brian was still alive. Brian's father, Randy Shaffer, never stopped searching for his son. He kept Brian's story in the media, spoke with detectives, and even hired private investigators. He left his porch light on every night, hoping that one day Brian would walk through the door. But as the years passed, hope began to fade. In 2008, 2 years after Brian disappeared, tragedy struck again. A freak storm caused a tree branch to fall on Randy Shaffer, killing him instantly. Many believe that Brian, if he was alive, would have attended his father's funeral. But he never did. No signs of life. No final message. Just more silence. Over the years, strange online claims surfaced. Some people swore they had seen Brian in different states, even different countries. A blurry photograph of a homeless man in Mexico went viral because of his eerie resemblance to Brian. But after an investigation, police confirmed it wasn't him. More dead ends. Then, in 2019, a chilling message appeared on Reddit's Unresolved Mysteries forum. "I know what happened to Brian Shaffer." The cryptic post sent the internet into a frenzy, sparking theories that someone knew the truth. But just like before, it was nothing more than a cruel hoax. Another reminder that Brian's case had become one of the internet's favorite unsolved mysteries. In 2020, the FBI announced a shocking revelation. Using age progression technology, they created an updated image of what Brian would look like today. But no new leads emerged. Investigators admitted that they were no closer to solving the case than they had been in 2006. Some crime experts believe Brian may have been a victim of the smiley face killer theory, a controversial idea suggesting that a group of serial killers targets young men and leaves smiley face graffiti at crime scenes. But there was no evidence of such a symbol near the ugly tuna. Was this just another dead-end theory? Despite the many theories, one unsettling fact remains. Brian was never seen leaving the bar. This defies logic. There were no hidden exits, no underground tunnels, and no alternate doorways that would allow someone to disappear. Investigators have repeatedly reviewed the surveillance footage, hoping they missed something. They never did. Some people refuse to believe that Brian is dead. What if he ran away? He had just lost his mother to cancer, and some speculate that he wanted to escape his old life. But would someone really cut off all contact with friends, family, and even his dying father? And how could he leave the bar unseen? Years have passed, and Brian Shaffer's case remains one of the most mind-boggling disappearances in history. With no body, no evidence, and no logical explanation, it's a case that defies reason. How can a man vanish without a trace in a crowded bar? Until solid evidence surfaces, the mystery will continue to haunt investigators, his loved ones, and those obsessed with unsolved cases. Now the mystery is in your hands. Was Brian the victim of foul play? Did he disappear willingly? Or was there something even more sinister at play? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you love diving into true crime's greatest mysteries, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an episode of Crime Chronicles.